Hello everyone, let's get to multiple matching. So when we say multiple matching, we are referring to a wide range of questions. In this type of questions, you are going to have to match some items to some options. One of the examples that you get in this type of questions is where you have to match some headings to some paragraphs. This is a very controversial and very challenging type of question for a lot of people. And the main reason, in my experience, is that people do not understand this question fully. They don't exactly know what they need to do. Traditionally, we're used to go back to the text, find some information, and then look at the options, find the direct connection between the two, and make a choice. But in this particular type of questions, we don't have any of that, all right? We're not looking for direct matches of words or phrases. The key word here is the word heading. Let's talk about the word heading. So a heading is a title, is a representation of an entire text or an entire paragraph. Here we're focused on paragraphs, so let's talk about paragraphs. If you look at the text on the screen, you see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 paragraphs. All right. And now our job is to find a heading, a title for each of these paragraphs. Remember, a paragraph heading is not what you find inside the paragraph. So if there is a word, for example, if we have the word monument here, and then I have the word monument in the option, in the heading, or a synonym of monument in the heading. We're not looking for that, okay? So forget about these things. What we need is the summary of this paragraph, is the gist of this paragraph, is the purpose of this paragraph. What is the purpose of this paragraph, okay? And then we have to find the best match for that option. Let's look at the questions once again. Okay, in this type of questions, they usually give you a list of headings, some of which are extra, so you have more headings than options that are available. And then you have a list of paragraphs as we saw in the passage. As always, we start with the number, okay? Forget about these headings. We don't need to focus on them at the moment. What we need to focus is the first question, first number, first thing we need to pay attention to, which is number 14, paragraph A. This is how you should do this part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to spend around 1.5 minutes for each. Okay, so keep that in mind. How we should use this 1.5 minutes is very important. One by one. Paragraph A. You read paragraph A very quickly. Okay, from A to Z, but quickly because we don't have time. And then think about the gist in your head. Think of what is the main purpose of this paragraph? What is this paragraph trying to achieve? What is the goal? What is the summary of this paragraph? If it's easier for you, you can write it down on your notes or type it as notes if you're a computer-based student. If you're a computer-based student, you can simply choose a text, right-click on it, and then add notes. So you read paragraph A, you think about it, you try to figure out the main purpose text, and then you come back, you read the options and make your best choice. You do the same for 15, paragraph B, paragraph C, paragraph D, come back, make a choice. Paragraph E, come back, make a choice. Paragraph F, come back, make a choice. Paragraph G, come back, make a choice. Please do not look for synonyms or direct matches. Read the paragraph, summarize the paragraph in your head in a few words, and then see which of these sentences match that paragraph the most. One key thing to remember is that since you're looking for headings, these longer options like number 1, like number 7, number 8, these are very unlikely to be the answer because usually headings are not that long. So that's another tip for you. So if you're not sure and you have doubts between two options, let's say, for example, you have doubts between number 8 and number 2. Number 2 is more likely to be the answer because it's a little bit shorter. Those very long sentences may not be a heading. I'm not saying never, but that's unlikely. So that's also something to keep in your mind. When you're done, you can come back and double check those that you're not sure. Remember, if you're not sure, that's fine. Just choose two options, consider two options. For example, for paragraph F, you think that 6 and 7 are both potential answers. So that's fine. Choose them. Keep them on your list of available options. Don't wait there and think. Go to the next one. Remember, we need to manage our time. Go to the next and next and next. When you're done, come back very quickly and then make a final choice between the two that you have selected. As always, please do not leave anything unanswered. Always make a choice, always give an answer, always make your best guess and choose something. Okay, go ahead and do this part. Don't forget to time yourself 1.5 minutes for each option and share your answers with me, and we'll take it from there. Okay, let's move on to a different kind of multiple matching that a lot of people struggle with, but as always, it's just a matter of understanding the question and finding what you need to do. As you see in front of me, you have to match sentences with a list of people. So there are usually scientists, doctors, famous people, artists, something related to that in the text. And then there is some comment or some information about them, and then we have to match that. When you see this type of question, make sure that you read the rubrics carefully. Remember, we talked about this. Always read the rubrics, always pay attention to the instructions. Look at the following statements, question 35 to 40, and the list of people below. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions, about 1.5 minutes. Remember that. And then 3 people to match. Match each statement with the correct person. Okay, so on our answer sheet, we have to write A, B, and C for numbers 35 to 40. Don't forget that. Of course, if you are a computer-based student, you just click away and nothing to worry about there. But if you're a paper-based student, you need to pay attention on what you're writing on your answer sheet. In this particular question, we have a note, so pay attention to the note. You may use any letter more than once. So we have 3 people and then 6 questions. So naturally, sometimes we need to use more than once. So more than one time, you will have to use option A, for example. The way we go about this is a bit unique, and it looks a little bit unconventional when it comes to the standard of reading text, but we're going to do it a bit differently here today. So listen carefully. Given the fact that our options are limited and more specific, we focus on the options rather than questions. Only this time. So I always tell you that we pay attention to the question more than the options, but here because options are very few, we're gonna start from there. This kind of questions usually appear at the later part of the test. As you see, for example, we have questions 35 to 40 here. So you already know where these people were referenced to back in the passage. So you're not gonna waste a lot of time finding that and then getting lost in the text. What you need to do is forget about these sentences. Go to Stella Pacchitti, all right? And read that part of the text which were the comments or information about this person. And then come back, read between 30 to 40, make your best choice. Do the same for option B, Hamish Law. Read that area, come back, make your choices. Do the same about the last option, Ewan McGaughey, and then make your best choices. And then when you're done, focus on those that you were not sure. For example, number 37, you believed that, okay, B and C are both possible. Now that I'm done, I'm gonna go back just once more, double check and find the answer. So please do this particular kind of question this way. I know it's a bit unconventional, but it's gonna work, trust me. So download this question, do it, and share your answers with me. Let's see how you do. Once again, don't pay attention to these comments or statements. Go back to the text. You know where they are. You already read this text a couple of times for previous questions, so you're kind of aware of where the information is. Go read the area related to this person. Then come back, make your choices. Same for B, same for C. And finally, check the ones that you're not sure. As always, make sure you answer all the questions. Okay, 2 multiple choice questions for today. Please take care of them and share your results with me. In the coming sessions, we're going to focus on a different type of question, but a little bit easier for some, more difficult for others, but still as important. Thank you for your great work, and I'll see you soon.